Fiona Hill testified before lawmakers for more than 9 hours yesterday and said that she tried to report what she called wrongdoing to several officials.
In fact, Hill said, according to our reporting, that former National Security Advisor John Bolton told her to tell the National Security Council's chief lawyer that Giuliani and acting White House Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney were working on a, quote, rogue operation with legal implications. Joining us now is Andy McCabe, the former acting director of the FBI. Good morning to you. What I think we both think is so striking about Fiona Hill saying all of these things under oath for 10 hours of testimony is that she's not someone who had or has an axe to grind with the president or any political leaning. She may view Russia a bit differently than he does, but she was his top person on all things Russia until recently. So given that, how significant is what she said?
Well, Poppy, I think it's very significant. And can I just say first, as a career investigator, this thing is proving to be like an investigator's dream. Each and every witness that they've sat down with so far has provided really important testimony that leads to other witnesses or testimony that can lead to independent facts that you could go back and corroborate. They haven't had a swing and a miss yet. And Ms. Hill was yet another in this long line of productive witnesses. She is able to provide crucial background before the infamous phone call with President Zelensky. There were already several people in the White House, as you said, not partisans, not political people, but career professionals who were very disturbed by what Mr. Giuliani was kind of engineering in the background behind the U.S. foreign policy effort.
Do you see Barr as a fair arbiter in this so far?
Well, I think it's a little bit too early to make that determination. He certainly is playing a key role that kind of could go in either direction. We know that he was very clearly pointed to by the president in the July 25th phone call as someone who would be involved in this effort to further investigate the Bidens and the conspiracy theory about Ukrainian hacking in 2016. So that's all concerning. I also think that the speed with which his department very quickly kind of pushed aside the whistleblower's complaint as being, essentially nothing to see here, nothing to investigate. I think we now know there was, in fact, plenty to investigate, and the Congress is doing that now. So there's a few really lingering questions there. And then when you overlay on top of that his efforts traveling around the world in an effort to kind of bolster the president's conspiracy theories about the previous investigation, it's all very questionable.
Mr. President, why is it taking you so long to condemn this video? You tweet all the time. I don't want to hear from your press secretary who says you strongly condemn the video. I want to hear from you. The video I'm referring to was obtained by the New York Times. It is extremely violent, it is disturbing, and CNN has confirmed it was shown at a pro-Trump political conference. And in case you have not seen it, it depicts a killing spree inside of a church, a scene cut from a 2014 film. But the video has been manipulated and it features a fake Donald Trump. To quote the New York Times, Mr. Trump stops in the middle of the church, pulls a gun out of his suit jacket pocket, and begins a graphic rampage. As the parishioners try to flee, the president fires at them. He shoots Black Lives Matter in the head, and he also shoots Vice News. And the clip ends with Mr. Trump putting a stake into the head of a person with a CNN logo for a face. And yes, he kills members of the press in this video. And yes, how could I not take it personally? But there is so much more to this. In this video, the fake president also attacks Barack Obama, Mitt Romney, shoots Hillary Clinton in the neck, and pistol whips the late John McCain. This video was played at Trump Doral in Miami, as in the president's own property, held by pro-Trump group American Priority. Scheduled to speak at this event, where this video was played, former White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders and the president's own son, Donald Trump Jr., both who denied seeing it. Sanders told the Times, quote, "I wasn't aware of any video, nor do I support violence of any kind against anyone." The Trump campaign says it was not produced by them. The organizer of the American Priority Conference said that in a statement, quote, "This video was not approved, seen, or sanctioned by the festival's organizers," that the video, quote, "was shown in a side room." The group also said they reject all political violence. Now, We see a lot of videos, a lot of memes, a lot of satire, and I know that this is the YouTube, the Twitter generation, but this is different. This is beyond the pale. There is no excusing it, no okaying it. How could anyone involved in an event like this think that this is okay? And then I thought, this isn't an isolated incident. The president tweeted out a similar concept, a video of himself body slamming a person, the CNN logo in place of their face. Trump has condoned violence against his critics from the podium of his own rallies.
I love the old days. You know what they used to do to guys like that when they were in a place like this? They'd be carried out on a stretcher, folks. The guards are very gentle with him. He's walking out like big high fives, smiling, laughing. Like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you. If you see somebody getting ready to throw a tomato, knock the crap out of them, would you? Seriously. Okay? Just knock the hell. I promise you, I will pay for the legal fees. I promise. I promise.
This president has amplified distrust in journalism. He has mandated the media as the enemy of the people.
They are the fake, disgusting news. They are the worst. Those very dishonest people back there. Absolute dishonest, absolute scum. It's frankly disgusting the way the press is able to write whatever they want to write. They are the enemy of the people. I would never kill them, but I do hate them. And some of them are such lying, disgusting people. It's true.
No one would have played this video before. No one would have thought it would have been okay. But Trump's messaging has had an impact. CNN has released a statement. Let me read this for you. Quote, sadly, this is not the first time that supporters of the president have promoted violence against the media in a video they apparently find entertaining, but it is by far and away the worst. The images depicted are vile and horrific. The president and his family, the White House, and the Trump campaign need to denounce it immediately in the strongest possible terms. Anything less equates to a tacit endorsement of violence and should not be tolerated by anyone, end quote. And this video depicting a sacred space, a house of worship, I couldn't help but think of Mother Emanuel Church in Charleston, South Carolina. 9 people were murdered with their eyes closed in prayer at church. I have been there. I have stood in that room. I have interviewed the woman that coward let live. I have covered so many mass shootings in this country that I've lost count. There is no place for a video like this today in America. None. Congressman Ted Deutsch is familiar with this kind of senseless violence because Parkland is in his congressional district.
He ought to have the good sense to, at least on this one occasion, stand up and speak out against this and deplore it and condemn it. If he's got any sense of decency, the president will do that today.
Mr. President, it is now 2:49 p.m. Monday afternoon. Condemn this video now.